With full disclosure upon us, the non-human presence many have tried to warn us about, one of the most famous being David Icke, is becoming more and more evident. With more acute eyes on live streams and common access to cameras via cell phones, their slip-ups are being caught more frequently than ever. Many dismiss this very real reality for it sounding too ridiculous, but they hardly ever ask themselves why they feel that a reptilian presence is such a crazy notion. So many strange ideas have been presented over the years, yet the only one the so-called elites ridicule to such a suspicious degree is the reality of the Dracos. Depictions date back millennia, and there is more evidence than people know out there.
She explained the importance of blood rituals.
What it's all about is that the blood and the menstrual blood contains something that is important for the propagation of this race that is controlling things on this planet.
She explained the infamous adrenochrome.
For it to be secreted in the blood is they need terrorization of their victims. They are killed at that moment as they are staring into their eyes.
She said when the royals and others smelled blood, they would shapeshift into reptilians.
Many are looking to the skies. They have noticed ships of unknown origins occupying them. Perhaps they are frightened of an impending invasion. However, the invasion has already happened. Organized religion, the Vatican, their Jesuit army of spies, and other religious orders involving Muslims tend to label anything from dimensions unseen as demons. This is a sort of misdirection, shifting attention off of them who were long since infiltrated by a sinister alien element. They, the true Satanists, the Vatican reptilian lair, run the Vatican and the religious multitudes and label anything multidimensional as nefarious, despite many such beings being benign or even good and loving. The Rothschilds and all the different cabal groups, including reptilian half-breeds, have established their home base, so to speak, in Antarctica. And it's not only Antarctica, it's all of the other districts that are surrounding ours. Think of the globe as a magic 8-ball, that small circle on the ball where it tells you your fortune is Earth or the Earth district. This is why the Earth appears flat. It does not wrap around our whole planet. There are other land masses and districts around a much bigger planet than we have been told about.
These creatures are harvesting us. These creatures are not aliens, Mr. Icke. These creatures are sexually compatible with our women. And what does that tell you? It tells you that they came from here. They are part of us. African tradition says that the Chitauri fatten on the energy that we human beings give them. They make us to fight each other. And when the whole land is drowning in death and fear and terror, when hundreds and hundreds of people are angry and afraid, the Chitauri get fat because they eat what we call the dark power, which is brought about when human beings destroy the planet on which they live.
We're different from the president. We're very discreet, reptilian, cold-blooded. These are the races we have to win.
So our district to the cabal is like a chicken coop. That's literally what we are to them, a food source. The inhumanity of this truth bleeds into a concept I'm sure you are familiar with. Colonialism, a known reptilian tactic. Such tactics are far outside of the realm of human nature. How it came about so prominently starts to make a lot more sense when the draconian factor is taken into account. They made themselves rulers secretly by touting their musculature and abilities. Their abilities are potent enough to allow them to lay waste to an entire army by themselves. cultivating war, feeding upon misery, wielding brutality, and practicing mimicry. The Draco wanted to mimic some of the more technological beings like the Nordics, so they took on their skin color, and that's why you have a lot of the pale white people in power. It's been happening throughout the centuries.
He had enough of seeing his creations be slaughtered by his other creations.
Right.
Did you know that draconian reptilians, who are interdimensional extraterrestrial beings, are the most ancient race of beings in the entire universe? This is noted in recent CIA-released UFO documents by the Freedom of Information Act. The reptilian draconian empires and societies live in the constellation of Draco, with their main systems called Alpha, Epsilon, and Sigma. There are 7 different ancient reptilian species in the Draconis constellation star systems, but 3 main reptoid races, including the Alpha Draconians, are the most known and feared.
But they can be stopped. In fact, they already have been. A man by many names, backed by his invincible father, really began to take the Earth back from the draconian threat by using abilities like this.
I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now.
To pierce the filament sitting over our district, the essentially booby-trapped dome above us was safely breached. Light forces waiting outside discarded the plans they worked on forever to safely bypass these traps and flood it in. Look up. These are your reinforcements, humanity, and they only take orders from one man, Jesus Christ. This name that he was referred to as is not what he goes by today. Today he goes by the name King Smarty. He has had many interviews where he has said much more than anybody on Earth ever has, and gotten away with it. He has come back like a roaring lion, as promised, and countless times on many videos and live streams has threatened the lives of the Cabal, the Reptilians, and any and every other being that has chosen to align themselves against humanity. These are the Dark Ones. They were here for a very long time, but have overstayed their welcome. Their destruction is sealed. Their erasure is reinforced. Their removal is absolute. They're done.